Today on Play to Win, the SEC kicks off finally. We'll hear who needs to avoid an upset. What should you be paying attention to from Georgia, and how do you bounce back if you're the Falcons? We answer all this and more next on the fastest 30 minutes in television, football's Play to Win.
Today's show is being brought to you by Montlick & Associates. Our attorneys know what it takes to win. AT&T, more for your thing, that's our thing. And Beaver Toyota, we're here to wow you. Welcome to football's Play to Win. With Falcons All-Pro defensive end Chuck Smith, Falcons All-Pro offensive tackle Bob Whitfield, Play to Win expert Jeffrey the Edge Schechter, college and SEC football expert Chris Marler, Falcons All-Pro wide receiver Terrence Mathis, and your host, Nikki Williams. Today's Hometown Team Report is being brought to you by Montlick & Associates. Our attorneys know what it takes to win.
Good morning, Atlanta. The rest of our crew is going to be with us here in a little bit, but for now, it's Chuck Smith, Bob Whitfield, and yours truly, and boy, do we have a lot to get to today. 0-2, the Falcons. It may not define a season, but you guys, you've been players. You've been 0-2, you've been 0-4, you've been 0-8. Chuck, what does this feel like as a player?
Terrible. Demoralizing. And let me tell you, now, Bob, seriously, you go all off season. They did all the stuff in the bubble. The hopes were high because of what they did last year. It's terrible, man. You know, cats starting to look at each other side eye. They talking, man. Why you didn't do this? Why you do that? It's just how it go, right? I mean, we've been there.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, the locker room can have some tension, and I'm hoping that it's not to that moment. It's one of those moments where you watch the game tape together, and now offensive players see how their defensive players are playing and how they're being coached and vice versa. So that is an intense meeting room, especially when, like Chuck said, you had all these high expectations, but you can recover from them. You just got to fix what you was doing wrong. But I think it's very internal.
We got a finger wag.
Stop faking, bro. I remember being in the locker room. You was calling dudes out. Look, the bottom line is this. This is all about wins. This is all about money. Cats in there are looking at each other, and I'll tell you the real reason why. Because the final play on that onside kick, the Falcons, when that play is so fundamentally messed up, how do you not look at someone and say, come on, bro? There's no question, because there are so many great performances. Bob, in that locker room right now, you can fake all this like that, but at the end of the day, man, it's a huge disappointment, and guys looking at you other side eye. I believe.
This is why it says stats are bad. Stats are bad because you can look at Matt Ryan's stats and think, oh, man, he's killing it in passing yards. But if you look at the flow of the games and when you have a time to dominate your opponent, the Falcons have not dominated those opponents. So you have to wait for an onside kick to define you. No, in the second quarter, after two defensive fumbles, it should have been 28-0.
Dude,
that's what I'm saying.
Almost threw for a thought. The dude threw for Matt Ryan was perfect. Boy, the rhythm was right.
Yeah, but the idea is, how can you be perfect when you do not control in all situations? When that defense stops you to 3 points, when you have a short field, that's not perfect. And that's what I'm saying is that for the Falcons, for them to win next week, they need to be extra perfect, extra more perfect.
Well, guys, as you can see, the gloves are off. We're going to take a break, cool off, and when we come back, we're going to talk some SEC. Guys, cool it now. We'll be right back on Play to Win.
At Montlick & Associates, we believe in the power of the justice system to get injured people the money they need and deserve after an accident. With over 35 years of experience and billions of dollars recovered for our clients, our attorneys know what it takes to win. If you've been injured, dial #WIN now from your cell phone to speak with a Montlick attorney. That's #946. The initial consultation is free, and you pay no fee unless you win.
We get uncomfortable to restore your comfort. Our commitment is what makes us reliable. Heating, cooling, hot water, plumbing, and electrical. Our results make us always reliable.
Only $19.99 a month for a new water heater.
With advanced technology available on the Nissan Rogue, you'll be equipped to help protect the moments that matter most. This is tech that gives you confidence. Save $3,000 on Rogue, or get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 14 models.
We interrupt your erectile dysfunction with an important message. If erectile dysfunction or Peyronie's disease has you down, the doctors at Atlanta Health Clinic can help. No pills, no surgery, no needles, no pain. We have the newest revolutionary U.S. patented medical process and device from Europe, utilizing advanced acoustic wave technology, proven effective regardless of your age or medical condition. Visit AtlantaHealthClinic.com or call for your consultation with our doctors today and avoid interruption.
We carry a lot in our trucks and use cutting-edge technology. Our experience is what makes us reliable. Heating, cooling, hot water, plumbing, and electrical. Our results make us always reliable.
The first 6 months are free with Reliable.
Today's SEC and ACC report is being brought to you by your Southeastern Nissan dealer.
Welcome back. It's time now for our SEC ACC report brought to you by Greater Atlanta Nissan. Welcome back to the show, the great Chris Marlar. You need to tell us right now, Chris. What a smile. What are your favorite storylines this week going to the SEC?
Well, first off, thank you. Glad to be back. I'm sorry I'm late. Late bird always gets the worm, that's what I say. There are some great storylines this week in the SEC. There's two games in particular, and I'm not going to get onto this whole Bama-Mizzou thing. Don't worry, Chuck. I'm going to talk about your alma mater. Tennessee is South Carolina. I think that game right there, people are not talking enough about. That game, I think the loser of that game, it could easily derail their season. It could absolutely, and more so for South Carolina than Tennessee maybe. But South Carolina, you look at the rest of that schedule early on. You got games at Florida. You got to play games against LSU, Auburn. South Carolina loses this game, they can easily start 1-4. Now, I'm a believer in South Carolina this year. I think they could start 2-3, 3-2, whatever, get to 5 wins at the end of the year. The other one, and we'll talk a little bit about this later on Upset Alert, Kentucky going to Auburn. Kentucky playing an Auburn football team that has just been decimated from last year's roster to this year. I think Kentucky is going to beat Auburn. I don't think it's that much of an upset. They're a 7-point underdog. I know Jeffrey's not here right now, but take the points. I'm telling you right now, Kentucky is going to beat Auburn. It's going to be a great Saturday for everybody that's not wearing orange and blue.
Chris, take us deeper into the upset alerts.
So I'm telling you, that's the biggest one. I'm taking, no offense, Chuck, I'm taking South Carolina against Tennessee. Will Muschamp is 7-1 all time against Tennessee. They're at home in Williams-Brice. That's a team that I think is going to be a lot better defensively, maybe the most improved team in the SEC defensively from top to bottom. I think South Carolina, they're not going to be a great football team this year. They're going to be a lot better than people give them credit for, and I think it starts this Saturday beating Tennessee.
Man, I got to stick up for you, Chuck.
Hold on,
Tennessee's a ranked opponent.
Hold on, who won last year?
Listen, Chuck, if you are 1-7 against Will Muschamp as a head coach, we got some problems we got to talk about. Okay, we got some problems we got to talk about.
Who won last year?
That's last year.
Did.
Yeah, I mean, Georgia State. Georgia State beat Tennessee last year. We want to talk about last year?
We beat South Carolina. The balls are real this year. You better recognize.
Okay.
We're bringing it back to some love. It's time now for our college football showdown.
Today's Showdown of the Week is being brought to you by AT&T. More for your thing, that's our thing.
Florida State, Miami. Is Miami a legit contender in the ACC?
You know what? I'm going to take this one, guys. We might as well be talking about Beanie Babies and acid wash jeans right now. This is blank that went out in the 90s. I'm not talking about this rivalry right now. Let's move it back to Atlanta and talk a little bit about – that's not a real rivalry. I don't know why game day's there. They shouldn't be there. They should be Kentucky-Auburn. Georgia Tech. Now, listen, I know we got a little ahead of our skis last week talking about how Georgia Tech is going to be back. Georgia Tech is the best program in the state of Georgia. Bob, regardless, I'm kind of with Bob on this, okay? And I said this before. I went to see Jeff Collins and that team last year on a Thursday night playing NC State, and the moment Nuck If You Buck came on, I was like, this culture has changed. This program has changed for the better. I love where this is going. Obviously, we love Crime Mob and Nuck If You Buck. I think Tech is headed for a much higher ceiling as a program. I can't wait to see it.
And just for the record, I still wear acid wash jeans, whatever, guys. When we come back, it's dogs and hogs. It's all coming up on Football's Play to Win.
With advanced technology available on the Nissan Rogue, you'll be equipped to help protect the moments that matter most. This is tech that gives you confidence. Save $3,000 on Rogue or get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 14 models.
Your boss thinks you're the best, his rock star sales rep, heir to his throne. But if you can't upload that massive presentation in time for his big meeting because you have cable, just remember, you're not a bad employee.
Anybody got a joke?
You just need better internet. AT&T Fiber delivers a faster internet experience with 20 times faster upload speeds than cable. Switch to 1 gig internet for $89.98 a month per year when bundled with AT&T TV. Limited availability in select areas. Call 1-877 only ATT.
Yeah, I think we're good here. Why do we offer so many active safety features on our Chevy SUVs? Oh, yeah. All set.
Ready, Freddie?
Because we're not just engineers.
Call us when you get there, okay? Slowly. I'm going slow. We have families, too.
Get 12% of MSRP cash back on most 2020 Blazer models. That's over $6,000 cash back on this Blazer. Georgia drives Chevy. Find new roads.
This is it.
Get the new bucket, get it, get the new bucket, get it, get it. This is it. They got that new bucket on the block. Golden crispy Southern Kitchen fried chicken. Get the new bucket. Making flavored marinated fried chicken. Get the new bucket. Delicious size with our Southern Kitchen fixing. Get the new bucket. This is it. Southern Kitchen fried chicken.
This is its new bucket on the block. Order online at thisisitbbq.com for pickup or delivery.
Today's University of Georgia Report is being brought to you by Beaver Toyota. We're here to wow you.
And our dog report is brought to you by Beaver Toyota. UGA, Arkansas. I'll just ask you, Bob, do you think that Arkansas is a threat to Georgia?
You know what? I like to come and say these things, and sometimes I say them and like I mean them, and then sometimes I just say them, and I try to make Arkansas a threat with head coach Sam Pittman, knowing UGA, been there, coached that offensive line of UGA, now bringing his talents to Arkansas with an offensive coordinator named Kendall Briles, who knows how to throw the ball. So I was saying Arkansas is going to be built just like Georgia. They're going to have the same mindset. They're going to have the same will, the same tenacity, and they're going to bring something strong against UGA, and the dogs, so we have to handle those hogs. But how I really feel is that Arkansas is never really going to be good enough to play UGA, and UGA is going to run right through them, like always.
Ooh. I got to fix my hair, because that roller coaster of emotion we were just on right there just messed it all up. That was, I mean, all over the place right there, Bob. Listen, here's my opinion on this. Chuck, I'll defer to you as well. I think that when you look at an Arkansas team that has a guy like Felipe Franks and has some starting experience, I don't want to fade the Hogs, and we'll get to Chuck in a second. But I will say they returned 4 or 5 on the offensive line. They've got one of the best young receiving corps in the country, not the SEC, in the country. Do I think that they're going to be able to beat Georgia? Absolutely not. The only question I have here is what quarterback is going to separate himself so they can figure out who is going to be the guy moving forward when they actually get to tough competition. This is a name your number game. Georgia can put up 40, 50, 60, whatever you want, name your number. They'll put it up there if they want to. They won't because of Sam Pittman. But listen, like I said, fade my picks. Let's go to Mr. Fade himself, Chuck Smith.
Hey, they talk about my fade guy and he's rocking. I ain't even going to say that because I got limited time. I'm going to get back to that in a minute. Todd Monken. I don't care who the quarterback is. I think it's going to start out with DeJuan Mathis. But to me, the offensive coordinator, is this Georgia team going to try to open it up this year, throw the ball? Because to me, for them to have a chance to win a national title, we can't just always run. So, all right, I'm faded now. Back on to you, Nikki. I'm faded out.
Faded out, guys. Still a lot to get to. We're going to check in with our former Falcons here and ask them, where do the Falcons go from here? It's all coming up next on Play to Win.
Today's show is being brought to you by your Atlanta Nissan dealers. This is It Barbecue and Atlanta Peach Movers.
Hey Atlanta, they're here. A huge fresh inventory of brand new Toyotas. And remember, our spectacular once-a-year Labor Day extravaganza is going on now through September with low sale prices on the all-new Highlander, 4Runner, RAV4, Camry, Tacoma, Corolla. Everything's on sale. Featuring 0% financing, 0 payments until next year, and with 20 lenders, we have a finance program for everyone. Beaver Toyota, we're here to wow you.
Georgia, your lucky Cash 3 numbers just got luckier. Because now through September 27th, Cash 3 players could win one of 4 new Mercedes-Benz GLC SUVs. Yeah, a new Mercedes-Benz. And we're giving away one every week for 4 weeks. Just play Cash 3 during the month of September, then register your Cash 3 ticket online, and you're in the drawing. Every Cash 3 ticket means another entry, so take your chance at winning a new Mercedes by playing Cash 3 from the Georgia Lottery.
So much love.
What do insurance companies love? It's money. Making it and keeping it. That's their job. Our job is to get accident victims every penny they deserve. Our clients love that. Insurance companies don't. If you've been injured, it pays to speak with a Montlick attorney first. Dial #WIN now from your cell phone. That's #946.
So I'm gonna hold on promoting you this quarter.
Drop the taco. Get in the car.
Does this Sentra feel like a compromise to you?
The handling, it's good, right?
No compromise there.
Watch this.
Brake. Rear automatic braking.
So if this Nissan Sentra isn't going to compromise, why should you?
The all-new Nissan Sentra with more standard safety features than any other car in its class. Get a low $199 per month lease on the 2020 Nissan Sentra.
Today's Atlanta Falcons report is being brought to you by your Georgia Drive Chevy dealers. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Welcome back. It's time now for our Falcons report, brought to you by Georgia Drive Chevy. Terrence Mathis, welcome back to the show. I can't wait to get your thoughts on last week's game, Falcons and Cowboys, the meltdown.
Oh, you know, it was one of those things where you sat there and said, here we go. It's about to happen again. You know, to me, it seems like they're playing in preseason mode. It seems like they play hard, and then all of a sudden they get uninterested. You know, my thing is, I get it. You're up, run the clock. But my philosophy, run the clock, take a shot. Run the clock, take the shot. You know, I heard Bob say earlier that it should have been 28-0 at one time. You know, you get in the red zone, you got to score touchdowns. You know, you can blame it on, well, the defense didn't make stops when they needed to make stops. We didn't cover the onside kick whatsoever. But you got to score on the road. You can't take field goals. When you get in the red zone, you got to score touchdowns.
Hey, it's one onside kick and clear, Terrence. That's it. You go to the next game. This
you got to clear. You know,
they're going to be trash.
At that point, you got 5 guys standing around. Somebody got to jump on that ball. Even if you miss it, at least you got an opportunity to get on it. You can't let that ball get to that point and then decide you want to make a play. You were standing there. The ball wasn't moving that fast where you couldn't jump on it and make a play. But, you know, nobody wanted to be a hero at that time.
Hey, looking ahead, though, Bears, Falcons, what are you watching? What are you laser focused on this next game?
Well, first of all, you know, rest in peace, Gale Sayers. You know, one of the greatest to ever play the game for the Chicago Bears, Hall of Famer whatsoever. But this is the thing. The Bears are 2-0. And who would have thought the Bears would be 2-0 with Trubisky at quarterback? There was so much talk about Foles and Trubisky, and it was so much there. And for them to be 2-0 right now and the Falcons to be 0-2, it's something to be said about the coaches of these two football programs at the time.
Nikki, I want to elaborate what you talked about what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking to see what defense the Falcons are going to specialize in. Are we going to be a 3-4 defense, or are we going to be a 4-3? There's some confusion there, and I think part of the problem right now with the Atlanta Falcons, there's no identity. You got 3-4 D tackles that are going out at defensive end, like I saw somewhat Grady do, and I seen him playing end. I seen you got all kind of a mixture of different players. To me, you got to figure out who you are and specialize in a 3-4 or a 4-3. You're going to struggle defensively.
That was actually going to be my next question. So thank you, Chuck, because we always look forward to your expertise on the defense. Thank you so much, guys. Win week. No, it's perfect. Thank you. It's like we're in each other's heads. I don't know. It's almost like we've been doing this for 7 years. Guys, when we return, which winless team in the NFL still has a shot at the playoffs? We're going to dig into that more. Coming up next on Play to Win.
The all-new Silverado HD adds to the legendary capability of the strongest, most advanced Silverados ever. With best-in-class camera technology and larger, more functional beds than any competitor, the only truck that can compare to a Silverado is another Silverado.
Get a total value of $6,000 on this Silverado Crew Cab pickup without the optional camera technology package. Georgia drives Chevy. Find new roads.
Yum. Chili, chili, chili. Chili don't yum.
Hormel chili, pour on.
We've owned a few different houses through the years. Your company was absolutely the best. They were so professional. Everything they did, they didn't get a mark on a wall or anything else. It was clean, it was friendly, and it was fun. And most of the time, moving is not fun. I'm going to give a great recommendation to Atlanta Peach Movers. It's always on time and it's always professional. There is no tree in Atlanta Peach Movers.
To schedule your move, call Atlanta Peach Movers today.
With advanced technology available on the Nissan Rogue, you'll be equipped to help protect the moments that matter most. This is tech that gives you confidence. Save $3,000 on Rogue, or get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 14 models.
Yum. Chili, chili, chili. Chili don't yum.
Hormel chili, pour on.
Today's NFL Report is being brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air, servicing Atlanta's heating and air conditioning needs for over 40 years.
And it's time for our NFL Report, brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. The Falcons are not alone in 0-2 teams in the NFL right now. We've got quite a few of them. Which of those teams that are 0-2 have the best chance of making it to the playoffs? There's still a lot of optimism there. Terrence, I'll start with you.
Well, there's two of them. There's Minnesota and Houston, but if I had to pick one, I would say Houston because of the division they play in, and they are playoff ready. You know, people say wide receivers don't matter. Ask Deshaun Watson. You know, losing DeAndre Hopkins hurts them offensively, and even in Minnesota, losing Diggs hurts them offensively. So, but those two teams probably neck and neck on having an opportunity to make the playoffs.
Bob?
Well, I tell you like this: it's a Bengal versus an Eagle this weekend, and they're both 0-2. But they got two young quarterbacks. One who was the first-round draft pick, and Joe Burrow, the #1 pick overall, and he's going against Wentz. And I think the Bengals might get right there, and they'll be the team win there. But I also like the Falcons' chances to go against Chicago. I know Chicago got a strong defensive front, but the Falcons can get right because I don't believe Chicago's quarterback can put up more than 21 points against the Falcons. I think the defense that Atlanta has, that combo defense 3-4 hybrid, is still good enough to beat the Bears and give Atlanta a victory this weekend. Chuck,
you think the Falcons can get right?
Yeah, I think they can get right. But dang, Bob answered about 5 different teams. You asked about the 0-2 team. Bob did all the answers. He did the summary of the Falcon game. Yeah. Well, anyway, let me just eat a little bit off the bone. Yeah, the Falcons can win, but yeah, they're going to be all right. But the bottom line is they're 0-2. History doesn't say that 0-2 teams make it to the playoffs. But the team that I'm watching out for, the Philadelphia Eagles, Carson Wentz, they got a solid defense. I think he's a franchise quarterback. The NFC least, they're the East, but I think they're a weak conference. I think the Eagles will still have a chance to make the playoffs at 0-2.
Well, guys, the man himself is going to speak in our next round. It's the lightning round, so we're going to get all of these picks and see if Jeffrey the Ed Schechter agrees with you guys. We'll be back on Play to Win.
At Reliable Heating and Air, every day we roll out before the sun rises. We carry a lot in our trucks and use cutting-edge technology and work late so you can sleep easier. We get uncomfortable to restore your comfort and keep you cool all summer long. Heating, cooling, hot water, plumbing, and electrical. Our results make us always reliable.
Your first 6 months are free when you get a new heating and cooling system with Reliable.
When your psoriasis is bad, it can be hard to see what's possible. But the possibilities become clear with Taltz, the first and only treatment of its kind offering a chance at 100% clear skin. With Taltz, up to 90% of those with moderate to severe psoriasis saw a significant improvement of their psoriasis plaques. Some even saw 100% clear skin. Don't use if you're allergic to Taltz. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. Increased risk of infections and lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about infections, symptoms, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop, worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to. Serious allergic reactions can occur. See the possibilities. Ask your doctor about Taltz.
With advanced technology available on the Nissan Rogue, you'll be equipped to help protect the moments that matter most. This is tech that gives you confidence. Save $3,000 on Rogue, or get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 14 models.
Today's college and NFL predictions is being brought to you by the Atlanta Health Clinic, named Industry Best 2020 for treating ED and Peyronie's disease.
And welcome back. Our college and NFL predictions are brought to you by the Atlanta Health Clinic. Welcome back to the show, Jeffrey the Ed Schechter. We've been waiting for it the entire show, and now it's time for you to give us your picks for the week.
It's good to be here. I've been reading the football dictionary to see if there's another way the Falcons could blow a game that they already have wrapped up. So I'm sure they'll find another way. In the colleges, I like Army with the 14 points against Cincinnati. Army is a tough team. Duke is terrible. Virginia's on the rise. Give the 5 with Virginia at home. And Troy is traveling up to Brigham Young. Brigham Young has a very good team. They're going to get clobbered. Give the 14 for Brigham Young. Now in the pros, 2 good teams, 2-2-0 teams. I like the Rams to cover the 2.5 against Buffalo. Green Bay, New Orleans. Green Bay is playing great. I still question New Orleans defense. Take the 3 with Green Bay. And this is the best game of the week. And these are the 2 best teams in football right now. And I got to go with the 3.5 points with Baltimore at home. I think they'll run all over Kansas.
Well, I'm going to say that I hope that the Falcons are a better point of conversation next week and just remain optimistic because the season rolls on. So does our show, guys. Thanks for joining us another week on Football's Play to Win. We will see you all next Saturday, 9 a.m. on Fox 5.
Today's show has been brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air, the Atlanta Health Clinic, and your Georgia Drive Chevy dealers. Chevrolet, find new roads.